I'm Hernando County Sheriff 𝙎𝙚𝙚𝙧𝙠, and welcome to this episode of Just the Facts. Now, just a few days ago on August 20th, 2026, what started out as a simple traffic stop here in Hernando County turned into something much, much bigger and much more dangerous. By the end of the investigation, detectives recovered about 225 grams of suspected fentanyl and nearly 15 grams of suspected methamphetamine. Here's how it all unfolded. Detectives with our Vice and Narcotics Unit, they stopped a vehicle driven by Luis Andres near Cortez Boulevard and the Suncoast Parkway. Now, I know a lot of folks think a traffic stop is just a deputy walking up to a window, maybe writing a ticket. But sometimes, like on this particular day, it becomes the doorway to a much, much bigger issue. Now, K9 Odin on this traffic stop was brought in to take a look. And Odin did what he's trained and he's eager to do, an open-air sniff around that vehicle. And during that sniff, he alerted. And I tell you, when Odin alerts, we pay attention because detectives searched the vehicle and they found a backpack loaded with drug paraphernalia. Things like digital scales, containers, and a white powdery substance. Now, that's not someone casually experimenting. That's distribution equipment. And they found something even more concerning. Inside that backpack was a glass jar containing suspected marijuana, but it was coated with a white powder. That is not normal, that's not accidental, and that's not safe for anybody. Detectives also found a locked metal container. And Andres, he wouldn't give us access, so Odin was called back into service, and to no one's surprise, he alerted again. Detectives opened that container and found 5 large baggies, 4 with a white powder and 1 with a crystal-like substance. Presumptive testing showed the white powder was fentanyl, including that powder that was coating the suspected marijuana. Now, the crystal-like substance, it tested positive in the field for methamphetamine. In total, 225 grams of suspected fentanyl and 14.7 grams of suspected methamphetamine were found. Andres, he was arrested and he was charged with trafficking in fentanyl, trafficking in methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia. Thanks to the amount of fentanyl recovered, that 225 grams, that trafficking charge carries a 25-year mandatory minimum prison sentence here in Florida. Now, Andres, he's currently held at the Hernando County Detention Center under a no-bond status. Now, let me be perfectly clear. The fentanyl itself is deadly. But when detectives found marijuana coated with a substance that presumptively tested positive for fentanyl, that's a whole new level of risk. Someone out there could buy that thinking it's just plain old marijuana. Instead, they'd unknowingly be handling or ingesting a substance potent enough to kill them. Our Vice Narcotics Unit will continue to work to shut down the trafficking and distribution of these dangerous drugs here in Hernando County. So if you're dealing deadly drugs in Hernando County, we are going to find you, we're going to arrest you, and we're going to do our best to keep our community safe from this poison. In the process, you may end up spending what some people would think is a lifetime in prison. In this case, thanks to their work and Odin's nose, 225 grams of suspected fentanyl is no longer on the streets. As always, we appreciate your support of law enforcement, and do us a favor, if you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. If you're watching us on Facebook and you're not already following our Facebook page, please do that so you'll be also notified of upcoming videos. As always, we appreciate your support of law enforcement. Never, ever take it for granted. Thank you.